in the storage unit. So basically I got a bunch of parts in, and I'm just gonna kind of go over what I got so far. Front sprocket, a 15 tooth, rear sprocket, 45 tooth. I got risers for the bars. I don't have the bars in yet, but they're on the way. They should be here in a couple of days. I got the chain, grips, brake pads, front, rear, and tires, because of course the bike needs tires. Then what I also found out I didn't plan for is this rat's nest of cord. So this is the sub harness. These two just connect right here to those two. So I popped that out. I got a new one on the way. It was only 70 bucks for an OEM harness, and that was unused. It looks way different, much better shape. Bike's coming along pretty well. I've done very small things to it. I've replaced the shifter linkage, the gas tank lid, a bunch of cleaning, nothing major so far. Really, that's kind of all I've done to the bike. There's a company called Sport Bike Track Gear, and I had actually ordered the driven front and rear sprockets from them, but they were out of stock of the front sprocket. But what they did is I actually messaged them and said, hey, is there anything you guys can do, because you know I'm looking for that part and you guys don't have it. They actually sent me out a Vortex racing sprocket for discounted price. It wasn't even the same price, because when I checked I had a credit for like $8. So I really appreciate them doing that. Thank you so much. If you guys are looking for sprockets, chains, I got this whole kit for about $170 from Sport Bike Track Gear. Go check them out. As of now, we're about to prep these. Well, he's been helping me out and doing the sanding on the tank, the rear seat cowl, front and rear tank, or front and rear tire guards. So we're gonna go over here, do some paint on these things, and we'll be good to go. Let's go ahead and put some music and get some paint going. We're gonna be taking the bike over to Josiah's. As you can see, we got Red hauling the bike for me. So what I'm gonna do, go ahead and pick this video up once we get to his shop. So we'll see you guys here in a second. All right, y'all, we made it. What if you got a ramp? You got a ramp? Yeah. Yeah, I got a ramp. What up, baby? Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. All right. We're gonna start on the bike today. The last video you saw, I believe I was dropping it off here. So now we're gonna go ahead and take it back, start working on some of the parts on this thing. So I'm super excited about that. This is the current state of the bike. A little bit disassembled, to say the least, but I'm pretty excited, man. I'm not sure how much we'll get done today. I think we're gonna get a good portion of this thing set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing back to the shop, and then we're gonna start working. Yeah, one thing I can't do is actually get a bolt in here for the spool. I'm gonna fix that right now. Awesome. Yeah. Just one of the many things that are going to be wrong with this bike, but we're going to fix it and get it all back going. Like a place like its own little country out here. But what I'll probably do is just put everything to a time lapse and just explain each period what we're doing. That way it's not as long, it's a little bit easier to see everything. So we're going to go ahead and get everything going. Let's go ahead and drop some music to this thing.
He's already found out the hard way. The clip-on master links are not very reliable. He's had two come off. This is a rivet master link. They're much better, but you do have to be careful when installing these because you do not want to split the rivet. If you split the rivet, you've compromised the master link strength right there. So you want to, what I call sneaking up on it. You want to sneak up on it, do a little bit at a time. We'll get one correct and we'll show it to you real quick so you can see what it should look like.
They're just bowed out just a little.
Yep, and sometimes you'll go too far and it'll have a little split right here, and that's what you don't want. I mean, people ride with them all the time and it never has a problem, but by nature, you've weakened the whole structure because depending on how far you've pressed it too far and cracked it, it could just shear off right there. Okay, chain's done. We'll tension it real quick. We'll be done on the rear of the bike.
Awesome.
cut these bad boys off. It's a little trick I bet a lot of people haven't seen either.
I've never seen that.
Just the chain will be fighting you the whole time because it'll be trying to fall off. You know, so zip ties are cheap.
Heck yeah, dude. So, that thing looks good. Dang, that looks good. So what are you measuring right now?
You want your spacing, how far it's spaced off the swing arm, to be the same on both sides so your wheel isn't cockeyed. You could do it by eye, whatever, but I've got a pair of calipers, so it's easy. It's really close right now. This side's a little tighter. Yep, that's pretty good. Just a wee bit more tension. Technically, I probably should be using a torque wrench on this rear axle nut, but that's an area that I've been doing that for a long time too, so. Okay.
Alright guys, we just finished up day one of, oh crap, that sun's in there. We just finished up day one of really installing all the parts, some of the parts. Made lots of progress as we covered in the video so far. After we get this taken care of, the next thing we have to do is put on the sub harness that I ordered and make sure we can the culprit.